Welcome to the Patreon special episode of Why is Harriet Crying with Harriet Kemsley, Elliot J. Fallows and Sunil D. Patel.
You've really got into your introductions. Like, you've got like a voice for it. Like, you've got like a...
I change it every time.
No. You've got like a real like radio voice.
I have done radio. It
feels like you're wearing slippers and you've got a pipe and you're standing by the fire and you're welcoming everybody into your home.
Welcome to Why is Harriet Crying? I pissed today in front of...
Get him off the radio!
They've put scaffolding up outside our house. Didn't tell us about it. Some scaffolders just turned up. And they put scaffolding up.
Like outside your windows?
Yeah, outside the windows. There's a complete platform with a chap just standing at it by my toilet window, overlooking the bowl. And I was just going up and down the stairs like a buzzing around, going, when can I have a piss? And then Helen was like, just do it. They won't be able to see. And it's frosted glass, so I went up there. And I can see the entire body of a builder up to his shoulders. And his head, I can't see his head, so I'm assuming...
You don't know who it is?
So I don't know who it is, and I think they can see... They can look down into the bowl where I'm pissing. So I'm thinking they're just getting a good shot of my dick there. But it's frosted, but I don't trust frosting a lot of the time.
No, they can't hide your dick.
No. Frosting is no match for my penis. Anyway, so I managed to... I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. And I plucked up enough courage to get rid of maybe 15% of the piss in my bladder.
Oh.
And then I went downstairs and I was like, right, I've got to go to Harriet's now.
Have you pissed here?
No, and then immediately after I just went downstairs a flight, they knocked off for lunch. So I went up and finished off my piss.
How do you know they're builders and not just perverts?
Imagine that.
Have you checked?
Are you perverts?
You don't even know what they're doing.
Are you waiting for me to piss or Helen?
They could be big pervs.
Which one of us do you want to piss?
I bet Helen wasn't worried. Did she just go?
No, she went earlier. She didn't. We got home and they were... they were there.
I couldn't cope that because I'd need to go hourly. It would be...
What would you do? You'd put up a curtain?
Well, I mean, we had the builders here. It was so stressful because I would have to go... Because we didn't have a door on the toilet. So I'd have to say...
Yeah, but the upstairs toilet...
They were working on it. Oh. There was nowhere to pee. And so I'd have to be like, Bobby, guard the doorway. And then he'd stand in the doorway. But Bobby's not very... He gets distracted very easily. He's not a good watchman. And I'd pee so quickly, and then you don't know if it's all going to come out, and it's all very stressful.
Why don't you just get a little toddler's potty for your...
Why don't I just use a potty?
For your office?
Why don't I just use a potty in the office?
Why don't you just use an office potty?
Good idea, yeah.
You should have office potty.
Why didn't you do that?
Piss in a potty. That's what they did in the 18th, 19th century.
I think it would be easier but then I don't think it would be easier actually because I wouldn't get it in and then I'd spill what was in there anyway.
And you got a bowl of piss under your bed.
Yeah. We've had bowls of vomit quite a lot recently, so
bloody have.
It wouldn't make much difference. Why don't you just piss in the sink?
The sink's in the same room as the toilet.
Sink?
I could piss in one of our 2 kitchen sinks, yeah, but there's scaffolding on the back of the house as well.
Sink, kitchen sink.
I could have pissed in...
A vase?
Don't have a vase.
You don't have a vase?
I've got pint glasses. I've got a 2-litre beer glass.
Wow.
Could have pissed in that, I guess.
I just ordered some glasses because I broke all the glasses.
Why don't you just order plastic tumblers?
Oh, well, this is the problem. Bobby said that I should order the glasses. But then I did order glasses, but I ordered glasses, not plastic. And I think I was meant to order plastic.
Sorry, is Bobby in here now?
He's on the other side of the door and he's going to be really annoyed when they arrive. But I'm just not going to mention it because I think
who has to clean it up?
Bobby does because I go, Bobby, and then he goes, don't move, so I have to stand, and then he sweeps up around me.
Why don't you shall I send you the link to the glasses that are glass, but they're very, very hard to break?
I'll break them.
Okay.
But I think the problem was my mum got me these really nice glasses. You know, the ones that said like, ooh la la, and like,
so did you say really nice glasses?
The really nice ones with ooh la la, or like c'est la vie, and then a zebra.
Like a wedding gift. Ooh la la, it's a zebra.
But the problem is they were very slippy. I think that was the problem.
Slippery.
So they'd
slippery.
Slippery. What's the difference?
Well, you used the word slippy because I accidentally once, maybe 2 years ago, said slippy instead of slippery when I had my big fall. And now you think slippy is a word rather than a slip of my tongue.
Good way of bringing this word back to you, that you founded and invented the word. Sunil.
Slippery.
Loads of people say slippy.
No, they don't.
Anyway, they're very slippy, and they would just slip through my hand. It's actually everyone knows what slippy means. You don't need to say slippery.
Born
like
slippy.
it's just adding an extra.
Yeah, but slippery. Okay, fine. All right.
It makes you think of slippers.
Yeah.
We don't need the in the middle.
Slippery makes
Born
you not think
slippy.
of slippers. Slippers.
Slippers.
Slippers.
Anyway, they're very, you know the word. But these ones have like grip. So I think they're going to be better.
It's
think
not
they're
going to work.
be.
I can tell you for sure that's not going to stop you dropping it.
Yeah,
or knocking it off the sideboard.
It's going to be different this time.
You think this time it'll be different?
And it's not like I'm going to have a baby.
What's the definition of madness? It's like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
And I do. I do that. I do the same thing over and over. Keep buying sofas, keep buying glasses, just smashing them. Can't move the sofas. Chaos. But you were talking about the builders. So the builders have finally left.
Yeah.
Which is great. But I feel like I've told this story before, but maybe I never. I'm just like so pregnant. My brain isn't really working. Have I told you about when my neighbour thought I was a builder?
I don't think so, but go on, tell me again.
So there was a knock on the door, and then I answered the door, and then my neighbour was there, and I was like, "Oh, hi!" And then she pointed at a sign next door to our door, and the sign was for the building company, but I didn't know they'd put it there. And then she said, "Oh, I see you've I see the builders," and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're getting some work done." And then she was like, "So I want to get some work done as well," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah, I recommend them." And then she was like, "So do I call you to book an appointment or?" Go through
okay, yeah, you didn't tell me this.
The office. I did tell you.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, and so then I was like, "Oh no, I'm not a builder."
I don't think she thought you were a builder. Maybe she thought you were the receptionist to the building company.
And I was running out of my house. And then I was like, "No, I didn't know the sign was there. That's just for the builders that are building in our house at the moment." She was like, "Yeah, so I want to get my bathroom done."
Ignoring you.
I was like, "Okay, cool." And then she was like, "So should I call the number or like your phone?"
Yeah, call the number.
And then I was like, "No, I'm not a builder, and they're working in our house, but I don't work for them." But the problem was, I think the sign was more. She kept looking at the sign than looking at me, and the sign was more persuasive than I was.
Yeah,
and so she trusted the sign more than me. And so I was saying I didn't work for the building company, but every time she'd look at the sign and be like, the sign says she does work for the building company.
I would never hire you if you were the builder.
Why?
I mean, what do you want me to say to that?
Because I'm not qualified.
What do you want me to say?
I never built anything.
Yeah.
Bobby wanted me to go around and just measure up a bathroom.
You wouldn't know what to do there either.
I know. And then it'd be so weird because she'd be like, "When are you going to come and do the work?"
You should have gone
like,
in and
"I'm
said,
not a
"Yep,
builder."
I reckon 50 grand," and then you'd be like, then if she says yeah, then you actually hire a builder for like 25, pocket the change.
Just rip her off.
Yeah.
Rip her off, 2 young kids.
Actually very hard to find builders, so if you're very lucky you've got some.
It was very stressful, and luckily it all worked out. Yeah, we had to hound them, but they did a very good job.
To hound them to do a bathroom.
I called the guy like every day. And,
did you?
And every day he'd be like, "Yeah, Harriet. No, well, yeah, Charlotte. We'll be there tomorrow."
Charlotte?
Yeah, he called me Charlotte, and I didn't want to. I just needed it so badly that I just went by Charlotte for a month.
Do you pay them up front?
We paid half up front.
And they still didn't come round?
No, we paid when they started, but like they kept being like, "We'll come tomorrow," and then
they just didn't.
It was like driving me mad. And they wouldn't come, and then suddenly they were coming, and then the problem was it was like then we didn't have a bathroom, so I had to. This is so ridiculous, but so we got given this free Soho House membership, me and Bobby last year for some work we did for them, and so I was 8 months pregnant, having to shower in Soho House.
That's not too bad, is it?
It's not too bad, but you feel a bit pathetic because I'd be like, "Where's the gym?" And they'd be like, "That way," and then I just shower.
Straight in the shower.
Straight in the shower.
That's what people who live on boats do.
Soho House.
They join like gyms or like...
Yeah, we were like boat people.
You're like little boat people? Constantly travelling about. Yeah. I can't imagine... Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like if your job is so in demand, you can just behave. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like whereas if you're like, "Oh, when's my next?" You behave like a little.
Like comedians, like we're not in demand. There's so many.
Yeah, I know.
Of us.
Yeah, but then there are like it's weird. Is that like at some point, some comedians you see it like they go from like they just become like really in demand, and then they start acting up. Not acting up, but more like just being like. Not answering stuff and not turning up to things.
You didn't answer my WhatsApps the other day.
I was ghosting you.
Because you're in demand.
I was ghosting you.
What was I sending you WhatsApps of?
You were just sending me WhatsApp of a stupid question.
I feel like it was an important question.
Right, I'm pretty sure
No,
it's
don't
not.
read it out if it's embarrassing. Hang on.
You're going to read it
No,
out?
no. I have to look it up
'cause
first.
it's
I have to look it up
embarrassing.
first. I have to look it up first.
I'll find it, don't worry.
First. Oh my God.
Calm down. Calm down.
I can't find it.
Oh, here we are.
No, don't wait. Is it very personal?
You sent me a picture of a light, which she sent me a picture of a neon light, which says "Love yourself," and it's got feathers around it, and it says 30% off neon signs, free shipping, and you just said "nice light we could get."
Yeah.
And I didn't reply to that. And the next day, you sent me another picture of someone that looks like you, and said, "Do you think this is me? Please, can you stop ghosting me? I've been asking you important questions for 24 hours now, and I know you're seeing them."
And then what did I say?
You said, "Is this because I told everyone you ate loads of sugar?" What kind of arguments do you think we have? Anyway, yeah, so, no, I mean, sometimes, when you get messages from people that don't require an immediate response, you're like, I'll leave it till late.
That was urgent.
Was it?
You're lucky there's not a light behind you covered in feathers right now.
I'm not the one that's going to be spending 300 quid on that, am I? It'll be you.
But no, the picture thing, so that I was in a bit of a tailspin. So so my friend sent me this picture of there's like 6 girls, and like one of them I think looks like me, and they're like waving, and then it said in capitals, "Is this you?"
Well, that's what your friend said. Is this you?
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, that does look a bit like me, I think. Maybe this is me." And then I showed Bobby, and he was like, "Doesn't look anything like you."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Do you think she's been hacked?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I think she's been hacked because it doesn't look like you." And so I was like, should I reply and be like,
"Yeah, you told me this.
It's me," or should I say, "I think you've been hacked"? But then she'll be like, "I was just asking if this looked like, because it looked like you."
I don't think that's how our hackers operate. They don't send you a picture of someone who looks a bit like you, and then they don't. But
then there were 6 girls there, and this girl was quite attractive, so I didn't want to be like, "Yeah, that does look like." And then she was like, "No, there was a hacker." Yeah. I never thought for a second this looked like you.
But it wouldn't be out of character for you to fall for a hacking scam.
Exactly, but then I didn't want to fall for it. But then it was like the way this woman was waving was like really like how I'd wave, but the woman was wearing all white, and I'd never be able to wear all white.
Because you'd spill stuff.
Because I spill stuff.
That's it. Yeah, okay.
And also the picture was clearly from the 60s, and it said, "Is this you?" And then
it's not from the 60s, that picture.
It couldn't be me. It is a 60s picture, maybe 70s.
I thought it was now, but they're dressed like they're in the 60s.
Oh, maybe. Anyway, it was a real conundrum, and it took days to try and work out.
1969 high school fashion.
1969.
And she does look a bit like you. She's got the same haircut.
I thought she looked a bit like me.
Same haircut. She's got quite thick eyebrows like you as well.
Yeah.
And
the wave, the weird wave.
The weird wave. She's got the weird wave. She's got the awkward weird wave.
Shall I show you the camera? Elliot, what do you think? Let me find it.
But you're not a teenager. She's a teenager.
She's a teenager.
But you can't really tell. She looks about your age.
But do you know what I mean? Then I was like, oh, maybe she thinks I'm like the...
Did people just look old then? That looks like you.
Elliot, do you think this looks like me?
I mean, I've seen it.
Okay, what about this one? But in response, I sent Harriet this one. Which camera shall I do this one in?
And to be fair, they're all hot, but I thought, what if she thinks I'm like the dowdy one in the front?
Wait, so what's this one?
That's someone that looks like Harriet on a Facebook franchise video that I was watching.
For McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, for McDonald's.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
It's a blonde woman.
It's a blonde woman.
It's just a woman holding a microphone.
But she's got the same haircut, same eyebrows.
Looking awkward.
And she can't close her mouth properly, this one.
But look, you can tell what Snow's been looking at because it says it's a sponsored ad for McDonald's franchises.
Yeah.
So Snow's been looking them up. And then you sent me a picture of a cake that looks like it's got a nipple on it.
What an interesting cake that was. It was, let me tell you about that cake. It's sort of a French, it's a French thing.
No, we're all
it's
desperate.
Crispy on the outside, slightly crispy and soft.
How is it crispy?
Chewy and crispy and soft. And then in the middle, got a sort of praline filling.
Oh, no.
And then on top, a bit of cream and a bit of nut.
It's not
all in one thing. But it's sort of this strange sort of soft but crispy, but also chewy exterior.
Where'd you get it from?
Folds Bakery.
Where's that?
Near Burgess. It's on the edge of Burgess Park. In
Why'd you
South.
pick that cake of all the cakes? I never would have picked that.
I said, give me the one that looks like a tit.
Okay.
Because it looked interesting. It's always good to try
Yes.
interesting cakes.
Yeah. it's always good. It's
Do you
always
find?
good.
Because often a cake is just a cake, but then
I'm
a
very
pear
into cake right
cardamom,
now. No.
pear chocolate and cardamom, probably the best cake, I think.
Chocolate Guinness cake.
I've said my
Obviously.
piece. This is not an argument.
It is.
This is a personal
Only one
opinion.
cake can win, and it's
Not chocolate Guinness cake.
Obviously, it is chocolate
Obviously,
Guinness.
it's not.
You haven't had the one with the thick icing.
Some people can't have it if they don't drink.
It actually gets rid of all the alcohol.
Yeah, but it's still
When they
like you
cook
don't
it.
want to be tasting, So I
It doesn't
think
actually taste of Guinness because I
it's
don't
an
actually like
offensive
Guinness,
choice.
but I really
Anyway.
like chocolate Guinness cake. Oh my god, I might try and go and get some chocolate Guinness cake tomorrow. Actually,
what if you give birth before it and then you'd be like, oh,
yeah, because I need to be healthy once I give
you can
birth.
have a pint of Guinness when you give birth.
My mum drank Guinness
Yeah,
all
it's
through
good for you.
pregnancy with me. Yeah,
It's good for you. They used to give it to women after they've given birth.
I have had a few glasses of wine, but
Yeah.
it's really stressful because I have to get. So I've just been having like half a glass of wine with like fizzy water and ice. So it's like it's barely anything.
How big's a glass? Pint.
I did a big arm span then. But the problem is it's very difficult to buy it. You get very judged. So what I'm having to do is me and Bobby go on a walk and then I'm like, look, I'll just hang around outside. You go in, you get me a few little bottles of wine.
Little bottles.
Yeah, the little bottles.
Yeah,
Because then I really want to be careful. Make sure I only have like half.
Get your
a
wife
little
some
bottle.
miniatures. Get in there.
Yeah, so then I lurk around the front like I'm a teenager or something, and I'm like sending him in, and then he like has to go in the shop and then come out, and then there's like a bag that's like, what's it? Clinking bag, and then gives his wine to his pregnant wife.
He doesn't carry it home. Makes you carry it
No,
home.
he makes me carry
Makes
it.
you
Yeah,
walk it back. There you are. That's the wine you asked for.
but you are allowed a bit. But you get there's people are
Of
very
course,
judgy.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I wouldn't know what it's like to be pregnant.
No, you wouldn't.
What's the judgment from it? Because it's weird. Because it's
People
like
just
you
really
don't
care
have to
about
look.
babies, and they're really worried you're going to do something to hurt the baby. And people just want
There's
to be
some mad
smug.
people out there. Out there. It takes a village to raise a child.
So you're in our village. So
No, I
You
live
take
I live
Mondays.
too far away to be in the
no,
village.
you're in the village.
No,
You're
it's
in the
different.
village. You're in a 3-mile
You
radius.
can't just pick
You're in
your
the
own
village.
personal village.
I have, and they're all in this room right now.
I'm gonna buy a patch of land,
Where?
build a house on it, and then invite some friends to come and live with me.
Really?
Yeah.
When should we move?
I'll let you know.
I don't
I'll let you know.
Who are you going to ask?
I'll let you know.
Who are you going to ask?
No, I'm not going to do that.
You
But that'd be
don't-
quite nice.
I bet what you'd do though is you'd make everyone live together, and then you'd have like a hut on your own.
I'd have the biggest house. I'd have a
Yeah.
mansion in the middle and make you all live in straw.
No, you'd live on the hill or something.
I'd make you live on a bed of straw at the
No,
bottom
I'm
of the
allergic
hill.
to straw.
Bed of hay.
Hay's not good either.
That is straw, isn't it?
I think so. It's the same thing.
I'd live on a big house on the hill, and I'd make you sleep in
Pond.
sack. I'd make you sleep in sack.
Like a donkey.
Like a feudal lord. I'd make you sleep like a donkey. And then in the morning I'd walk around and I'd kick you all awake.
No.
I'd be like, hello friends. Good to be in a commune with your boys, isn't it? Anyway, so once you give birth, I'll be in this podcast studio doing my new podcast called Brekkie Boys.
Oh, God, you stupid Ricky boys.
Me, Sean McLaughlin, Jack Berry, Ray Badran, starting a
All
podcast
previous
called
guests.
Brekkie Boys. Just taking the natural progression from having breakfast once every month to starting a podcast.
What are you? But are you going to have breakfast in here? Otherwise, why
No,
is
it's
it
good
called
to do it in
Brekkie
the
Boys?
afternoon. Just talk about breakfast related, like business chat. Like we're going to treat it like a power breakfast,
I do
and
actually
we're
love
just going to
breakfast
talk about
so
business.
much. Will you have pancakes? You think?
We're not going to have any breakfast.
I wish that
Eating
pancakes can be 24 hours.
lunches
We've
for
been to an
wimps.
IHOP. Wish they had them over here.
Isn't that where everyone
America.
fights? You get like videos of people fighting in IHOPs.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Do you want to hear about Celebrity Pointless?
Yeah.
Me and Helen did Celebrity Pointless today.
Whoa.
Because COVID has taken out an entire generation of celebrities. They're really scraping the barrel with us. We were on there with Tamsin Outhwaite, and I do not know the others. Don't know the
You
others.
know.
I don't want to give it away, But we acquitted ourselves well. I thought it was going to be an absolute car crash. We wore the same colour top. It was excruciating. everyone else was wearing like quite somber, like, you know, dark colours, and us two fucking morons dressed like oranges.
You wore your orange shirt.
I wore my orange shirt. I was wearing pretty much my only shirt, and then Helen comes in wearing. She goes, "Oh, I'll wear the same, and then we can be matching." And then she's telling everyone that we organised it all, and I'm like, "It's just my only shirt. Just leave me alone." And then Alexander Armstrong, very lovely. They were both lovely. Him and Richard Osman.
Richard Osman's very nice.
And then they talk to you about a specific thing they've been told about you, and then he's like, "Hello there. So, what was it like being called Time Out's One to Watch?" I was like, "Well, that was in 2013."
What was it like?
I just said, "Oh, it's a kiss of death. I haven't had a good gig since." And he was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah. Any awards since?" I went, "No, don't feel anything for them anymore." Anyway, so it was fun. But, you know, I've obviously been on the other side of the fence when I was a co-host on ill-fated quiz show Beat the Internet with John Robbins.
I remember that.
And the makeup lady was from Beat the Internet as well. She went, so it's good to see her. And then we talked about why they cancelled that show and didn't give it the promotional push it deserved. And I said, "Lisa, I started moisturising after I met you." And she was very pleased about that. Because she gave me a bag of moisturiser as I left the set for the last day of that show.
What a day you've had.
What a day I've had. A range of snacks was pretty poor in the dressing room.
Oh, dear.
Thankfully, I had a dressing room, and Helen was like, "Can we share one?" And I was like, "We're not sharing one." I got my own dressing room, an entire floor away from her. There was one packet of crisps, a Nature Valley cereal bar, and 5 or 6 Quality Street there, and a can of Coke. And I had 2 Quality Street,
Which
and
ones?
the Nature Valley cereal bar I had half of, and it was disgusting.
Which one? The oat and honey?
The really dry ones.
Yeah, they are. They're a bit crumbly.
Dreadful.
But they're not dreadful. What Quality Street do you have?
Hazelnut and caramel.
Which ones do you leave?
Toffees. Left all the toffees because
I've
I thought.
never left a Quality Street in my life.
Well, no, but I thought, okay, they're going to call up. They're going to call us soon to the studio. I don't want to be chomping on toffee while I go on TV. But yeah, they do 3 shows a day. Pretty hectic schedule. Good to get out of the house.
You're an absurd person.
Yeah, so it was good fun. Look out for that whenever it's out. Probably shouldn't have told people that. Not allowed to post anything because of NDAs.
Yeah.
So that is exclusive.
We have
access.
all of your names.
That is exclusive access. And if any of you leak it, I've got your addresses.
Do you?
Yeah, didn't I send you all stickers?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't I send you all stickers? And this is how you repay me?
Wow, that's what you did. You got the information so that you'd have it over them. So you said...
I've fallen foul of GDPR regulations.
Did you put them all in your address book?
Huh?
You put them all in your address book?
No. It's all on Patreon.
Well, thank you, Sunil. That was very interesting.
Anyway, do let us know if you'd like to see... any episodes without Harriet coming?
No, stop it.
If you're interested in the new Brekkie Boys podcast, or perhaps me and Elliot interviewing the Brekkie Boys. I've got Chocky on my trousers.
Oh no, you're getting on the chair.
Yeah, but I'm getting it off the trousers.
Oh God,
how have I sat on Chocky? Is that all over my...
Yeah, it is. We've got to stop. Sunil's got to clean himself off.
I've
thank
messed
you,
myself.
We love you. Talk soon.
Night.
Goodbye. You got it.
Where did I sit on that?
I don't know.
Horrid.
You must have just put it on yourself when you
It's toffee.
It's the toffee. You did eat that Quality Street toffee.